Willkommen. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sean Huggins and this is React with Hugs. Thank you so much for being here. Today we're checking out a video called Why is German Football Still Divided? Ooh, East Germany, West Germany, still divided with Fußball. This is from Buck FC. Check them out, linked in the description as always. Also in the description is the link to my new YouTube channel. If you want more reactions, check out my new YouTube channel, Europe with Hugs. It focuses on videos from all over Europe, not just Germany. So if you're interested in that, that's the first link in the description, or you can search up Europe with Hugs. But let's waste no more time. Let's hop straight into it. Los geht's.
In 2023, RB Leipzig and Union Berlin competed in the Champions League, two East German clubs at football's highest level. A historic moment 3 decades in the making. Yet, these two clubs tell a darker story. They're all that remains of East Germany's rich football heritage in the Bundesliga.
Yo, that's a lot of beer. Look at how big those frickin' beers are. It's like 7 liters. That's awesome.
And one wasn't even born when the Berlin Wall fell.
Wait a minute, dude. Okay, this hat. Oh, we'll get back to this guy and his hat. But first of all, more importantly, I guess this is probably the manager of the team, the coach of the team, something like that. He falls and pulls a hamstring. Celebrating, he gets injured celebrating. Look at him, he got beer in his eye. You know that stings. And then he pulled a hammy. Oh, this poor guy. Anyways, what's up with the hat? What are we doing? What are we doing with the hat?
To understand this story, we need to go back, way back. Before the wall, before the division, German football was unified. Clubs like Dresden and Leipzig weren't East German, they were just German. VfB Leipzig won the first ever German championship in 1903. Dynamo Dresden packed stadiums across Europe. Then came 1945. Germany split into 4 occupation zones. In the East, under Soviet control, football changed forever.
No fun allowed in the Soviet zone.
While West Germany built what would become the Bundesliga, East Germany created the DDR Oberliga.
All right, let's see. So I recognize some of the teams here, not all of them. Maybe some of them still exist. Maybe all of them still exist. I don't know. I definitely don't know every single team in all of Germany, but I see Dresden. I recognize this symbol. I don't know what team that is, but I recognize the symbol. And I can't really make out any of the other ones. But definitely, some of them are still around at least.
A parallel football universe with its own rules, its own stars, and its own politics. Here's where things get interesting.
Its own rules.
While West Germany celebrated football, East Germany's communist leaders had a different scorecard in mind.
Whoa.
They literally turned potential footballers into rowers and swimmers.
Wait, they wanted Germans to be rowers and swimmers? What? Why the frick would anyone want to be a rower or a swimmer? What the heck is that about?
Anything to beat the West at the Olympics.
Oh,
but
that makes
football
sense.
wouldn't die easily. Instead, it became a political tool. The Stasi, East Germany's secret police, created
wow, look at this cell phone.
Political tool.
Look at this.
The Stasi, East Germany.
Oh my God, look at this freaking cell phone. Dude. Oh, I wish I could get one of those. It's like holding a school textbook as your phone. That's crazy.
Secret police created their own club, BFC Dynamo. They won 10 straight titles from 1979 to 1988.
The Soviet police force created this club? Dynamo Dresden? What?
How? By simply ordering the best players to join them.
Oh, so
imagine the FBI had their own team in the NFL. And then they used brute force to get all the best players.
Bayern München.
That's basically what was happening.
Yeah.
When the wall fell in 1989, German football faced an unprecedented challenge. How do you merge 2 completely different football systems? The West had the Bundesliga, professional and profitable. The East had the DDR Oberliga, state-controlled, and suddenly obsolete. The solution? A brutal selection process. Only 2 clubs from the East would make it to the Bundesliga.
Oh, damn. Only 2 clubs. That's brutal. But I wonder if those 2 clubs would get the best players from the entire league. That'd be kind of crazy. And then all the best players from the entire league go to just 2 teams and then they dominate. Probably not, though.
Just 2. Imagine telling Premier League clubs that only 2 of them could survive a merger. That's the scale of what happened. The lucky ones were Hansa Rostock, the last East German champions, and Dynamo Dresden. But lucky is relative. Rostock lasted 1 season before relegation. Dresden held on for 4 years. Then, not only dropped out of the Bundesliga, they fell all the way into the 4th tier due to financial problems. Let's follow what happened to some of the other giants of...
Dude, and now Dynamo Dresden's back on top. I mean, they're one of the contenders now. Crazy.
East German football in those first 5 years. Dynamo Berlin, the team that won 10 straight titles, dropped to the amateur leagues.
Wow.
Lokomotiv Leipzig, 1987 European Cup Winners' Cup finalists, bankrupt by 2004. Carl Zeiss Jena once played in a European final, made it to the 2nd division for just 2 years. The talent drain was immediate and devastating. Matthias Sammer, the East's brightest star, left Dresden for Stuttgart. By 1995, over 150 players were bought by Bundesliga clubs. Imagine if every good
150 players. That's like all the good players for sure.
player in your league left at the same time. But player exodus was just the start. East German clubs faced problems Western teams couldn't imagine. Their sponsorship deals, all with state-owned companies that no longer existed. Their stadiums, built pre-1950 with no modern facilities. Their youth academies, once state-funded, now running on empty. Let's look at real numbers. Dynamo Dresden's main sponsor in 1989 was VEB Kombinat Robotron, a state-owned electronics manufacturer. By 1991, Robotron was gone. While Bayern Munich had the Olympic Stadium, Dynamo Dresden played in a crumbling Rudolf Harbig Stadium. Basic improvements would cost millions they didn't have. Even light bulbs for evening games became a luxury. Facing extinction, clubs tried everything. Some examples were tragic. Chemnitzer signed aging Western stars on huge contracts, then couldn't pay their wages. FC Carl Zeiss Jena sold their training ground just to survive another season. Dynamo Berlin changed their name to FC Berlin, trying to escape their Stasi past. It didn't work. By 1995, the situation was clear. Of 14 East German clubs that entered the top 2 divisions in 1991, only 4 remained. The others were gone, relegated, bankrupt, or both. The integration of East German football serves as a warning. You can't just throw 2 systems together and expect fairness.
Wow.
The West German Federation treated it like a simple expansion. Add a few teams, problem solved. But they missed the bigger picture. Today, those decisions still echo. Cities like Dresden, with 550,000 people, have no top division team. Leipzig, population 600,000, only returned to the top through energy drink millions. Meanwhile, much smaller Western cities, like Freiburg, which has 230,000 people, and Augsburg, which has 295,000, have established Bundesliga clubs.
Ooh.
The numbers tell the story. East German average income, 20% lower than the West. Population, 2 million people left after 1990.
You gotta follow the money. You always gotta follow the money. That's where it always goes.
Major companies, almost none headquartered in the East. Football clubs need money to survive, and suddenly, there was none. But then, in 2009, something changed. Red Bull saw an opportunity nobody else would touch. They bought SSV Mark Renstadt, a 5th division club, and transformed
5th division. Oh my God, I think I could play for this team.
Turned it into RB Leipzig. Their method, simple, money, and lots of it. Modern facilities, professional management, youth development.
Wow.
Within 7 years, they reached the Bundesliga. Then there's Union Berlin, the anti-Leipzig. Their story reads like a Hollywood script.
Ooh.
When they needed money in 2004, fans didn't wait for a corporate savior. They donated blood, literally selling their blood to raise money.
Yo, what? The fans even donated blood. You get paid for donating blood in Germany. The money they got for it, they kept the club alive. Bro. So the club was like, we need money, and all the fans gave them money, some of them even selling their own blood. Dude, that's crazy. That's pretty cool, though.
When they needed a renovated stadium, supporters built it themselves.
What?
140,000 hours of free labor. By 2019, Union reached the Bundesliga. By 2023, they qualified for the Champions League. No energy drink money. No.
Okay, that's pretty sick. That's a cool story, not gonna lie.
No corporate takeover, just pure, stubborn determination. So what's the solution for the other East German clubs? The truth is, there's no easy answer. But there are lessons to learn from both success stories. The Leipzig model, modern facilities, youth development, professional management, but requires massive investment. The Union Berlin way, community ownership, passionate fan base, sustainable growth, but requires incredible patience and dedication. The real challenge isn't just money. It's building sustainable clubs in a region that's still dealing with economic disparity.
We need Mr. Beast to buy a club and just have FC Beast and just make a couple videos, make a video series being like, oh, I bought a football club in Germany. Oh, we're going to the championship. Oh, and like, you know, they'll go viral, they'll make billions of dollars, and then everything will be fine, you know?
Cities like Dresden, Magdeburg, and Rostock have the fan base. They have the history. What they need is investment that respects their identity while building for the future. Here's what makes this story bigger than football. It's about how societies handle massive change. When we tear down walls, we need to build bridges just as quickly. Otherwise, we're left with empty stadiums and forgotten glory. A reminder that some divisions last longer after the concrete crumbles. But maybe, just maybe, we're seeing the start of a renaissance. Union Berlin proved you can succeed while keeping your soul.
Wow.
RB Leipzig showed that the region can support top-level football, and a couple of my other videos talk about this as well. And in their wake, other clubs are finding their feet. Dynamo Dresden still draws crowds that would make Premier League clubs jealous.
Oh, man, dude, Dynamo Dresden, they got to have the craziest fans. I mean, I don't know how good their team is, but their fans, their stadium atmosphere and everything like that, they have some of the craziest fans in the world for sure.
And they're in the third tier. Magdeburg is climbing back up the leagues, currently sitting in third place in 2 Bundesliga. The ghosts of East Germans football aren't dead. They're waiting to be reborn. And that's what makes this story important for football fans everywhere. Because in every country, there are forgotten clubs, forgotten regions, forgotten fans. And sometimes all they need is a chance to prove themselves again.
Very nice. All right. Thanks, Buck FC, for the video. That was interesting. I never would have really considered the ramifications of the Berlin Wall for modern day football. That's just not something that I would have even thought about. But it's cool to see the passion behind the game, that's for sure. That being said, that's all the time that I have for today. So again, if you're looking for more reactions, then check out Europe with Hugs. First link down in the description. More videos from all over Europe. But thank you guys so much for being here. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.